Over the next several years in sports, we're going to see some new teams gunning for glory, a lot of young players bud into superstars, all while the Knicks continue to suck. Today, we're going to take a glimpse into our crystal ball and see how the sports world is going to shape up over the next few years. What teams and athletes are going to dominate their respective leagues? I'll tell you who it's not going to be.
Yes, your team completely sucks.
Let's first direct our attention to Brooklyn, where the Nets have completely changed the dynamic of basketball in the state. For years, the Knicks owned New York, largely in part due to the Nets playing in Jersey until 2012. With the Knicks being the epitome of a big market team, their failure to attract any big name free agents is incredibly sad, especially considering said big name free agents decided to sign with their downtown counterpart. Signing of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving has completely changed the culture of Brooklyn basketball in the span of a few days, all thanks to Sean Marks and company. KD will most likely be out the entire season due to his Achilles injury, but whenever he returns, expect the Nets to be one of the favorites in the East for the next few years. This plays into the larger narrative regarding the league's dynamic shift to power following this offseason. The same handful of teams have dominated the league over the past half-decade. I'm looking at you guys! But the next few years are going to play out very differently. Teams like the Lakers with LeBron and Davis, the Clippers with Kawhi and George, not you, the Nets with Durant and Irving, and now the Rockets with Harden and Westbrook. There are a lot of teams that have a legitimate shot of consistent winning over the next few years. Sticking in the realm of basketball, there was a lot of hype surrounding new first overall pick Zion Williamson leading up to the draft. Being described as having LeBron James potential opens a lot of eyes around the league, so much so that many were turning their attention to Duke basketball games just to see him play, myself included. Zion will begin his career in New Orleans, because I'm sure he wanted that, who has done a lot of reshaping this offseason to build a brighter future around their new superstar. They expect Zion to be one of the next faces of the NBA, and they aren't the only ones. He's already shattering jersey sale records for rookies, as fans are betting just as high on him. With the great LeBron James on the back end of his career, there are going to be some pretty big shoes to fill a few years down the line, and expect Zion to step up to the challenge to try and fill them. I'm definitely expecting a Tony Stark, Peter Parker kind of relationship to develop between the two of them too. That's going to be pretty entertaining to see. It's going to be really exciting watching him bud into a superstar, as he dominates the league in the future. Let's take a brief detour into the world of football. Last season, we saw the incredible Patrick Mahomes lead the Chiefs to the AFC Championship game against New England. Even though they lost to Brady in overtime, it was almost poetic, as Mahomes is going to be the guy to fill the shoes of Tom Brady after he eventually retires at age 61. I'm sure by then Brady will still be winning Super Bowls with Belichick looking something like this, because we all know Brady is the GOAT. Sorry, Barry.
Shut your mouth!
Saying Mahomes impressed in his rookie year is an incredible understatement. With a Pro Bowl, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, MVP award, and valuable playoff experience now under his belt, Pat is in a position where he can dominate the NFL for the rest of his career. He's genuinely that good. I knew I liked him from the moment I found out he liked ketchup on steak. Let's now move into the realm of baseball. I don't think I love an athlete more than Polar Bear Pete Alonso. The rookie phenom from Queens is having an historic rookie season, a season only offensively matched by the likes of Aaron Judge and Mark McGwire. Pete hit 30 home runs in the first half of the season, that's second in the major leagues. He's third in the majors in runs batted in, he's still hitting a really solid 280, and while scouts had said he's a liability at first base, he's been nothing but excellent, showing that at the All-Star game. The kid just won the home run derby, just as he said he would a while ago, after he chose what charity to give his winnings to. He was the only player in the All-Star game who had multiple RBI, and this kid is cruising on his way to a Rookie of the Year award. Also, before I see any comments about this, I don't think there are many people outside of San Diego who would take Fernando Tatis Jr. over Pete Alonso. Just saying. Even though his team probably won't be going anywhere for a while, expect Pete to become one of the leading icons in the game, as he proved he was more than capable of doing recently in Cleveland. Vlad Guerrero Jr. was there when his dad was in the home run derby in 2007, and I'm not sure anyone would have guessed that 12 years later, his son would put on the most impressive home run derby performance in the history of baseball. Even if the balls weren't juiced, this kid would have done nearly the same thing. He was hitting them that far. As one of the most hyped up prospects in recent memory, Vlad Guerrero Jr. has gotten off to a pretty slow start. Now I gotta admit when I'm wrong about stuff, and when it was announced Vlad would be participating in this year's derby, I was left scratching my head. He was only hitting .249 with 8 homers, and I get he'd only played in 61 games, but still, I now have to eat my words because I've never had so much fun watching a derby as I did watching Vlad the other day. The hype around this guy really was warranted. The kid has a great attitude about the game, he carries himself like a professional, and he's only 20 years old. We could be seeing this guy for another 20 years. Vlad is an electric powerhouse of a young ball player, and he has what it takes to be an elite player. He just has to work a few things out, and he'll be more than fine. I think the final round showdown between Vlad and Pete was a sign of things to come, as these two stars are really going to shine bright in the baseball universe for years to come. Now is the time for you guys to join the conversation. Let me know down below what you thought of the video and who you think is going to be on the up and up in the sports world over the next few years. Oh, I almost forgot. Turn on the notification bell right now because we have an announcement coming this weekend that you should make sure you watch, so hit the bell to be notified when that drops. Anyways, like the video if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.
I call the shots, I run the bulls, I'm Michael Jordan. Hit it with a little bit of push and a little bit of pull when a goddamn mic recording. I bring the heat, I rep the east, I'm like the south. I don't even know what to do with the gold that I get, bitch, I'm Michael Phelps. I'm like LeBron, I get the gold, I'm Sherry Khan, you'll carry bronze. I'm Randy Moss, I'm Mary Con, my game on Royce, I'm Barry Bonds. I got a cancer, it's for the fans, like a Lance on the tour.